up, you guys? Today I'm going to be doing a Queen of Nothing theories video. We've been getting a lot of anticipation and build up to the release of Queen of Nothing. We've gotten some out of context spoilers from the novel on Twitter. We've gotten a release of the prologue and the first 2 chapters, which I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And so we're really just like getting excited and getting ready for Queen of Nothing in about like 3 months, I think. So yeah, I was like, maybe I should just go ahead and get my theories out. I don't have very many, but I am like willing to share them, and let me know if you feel the same way or if you have different theories also. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about and gush about the prologue and the first 2 chapters that we got released. And if you're waiting, like, I totally understand, because I couldn't decide if I wanted to read it yet or not either, because I wanted to be like completely surprised when I got Queen of Nothing. But if you haven't read it, just skip to this time and I will just give you my theories. But if you want to discuss it for a little while, let's do that right now. First things first, we get the prologue opening with Cardan as a baby, and it's kind of weird because we've only ever gotten Jude's backstory in the prologues in Cruel Prince and Wicked King, but this time we got Cardan as a baby, and it was so cute. And I mean, it was sad, but it was still cute, just thinking of Cardan as like a little baby. And we got to see that nobody ever really liked Cardan. His mom didn't like him, his dad didn't like him, like nobody ever liked this poor boy. And that is because he was basically prophesized to be the destruction of the crown, which if I was king, I would probably not like my baby either. Like, he's threatening my whole kingdom. But at the same time, that is your child. Why don't you love him? Fairies are cruel. And so I just felt so bad for Cardan. We got to see him just dressed in rags, his mom not caring for him having to be raised on cat milk, like just a child having to drink cat milk, like poor baby Cardan. Somebody help my boy. He's just a boy. And we had the whole thing with Cardan and Prince Dain, where Prince Dain tricked him. He made it seem like for his own good they should switch arrows so that if he killed him, it would be under Dain and Cardan wouldn't be like to blame. Well, he must have known that Cardan wouldn't be able to do it, because when Cardan didn't fulfill his end, Prince Dain then shot the man and was using Cardan's arrow. That's the most simple way I can explain that, but it was such a fairy thing to do, and it was so like mind-boggling to me. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, yes, Cardan is good. This is like proof that he is good. And then when Dain did that and Cardan was blamed, and I was like, no, like, this is how it starts. This is how everybody in Elfhame thinks Cardan is so cruel, when he's just always been set up to be like that, and it's not really him, and I'm just mad about it. So yeah, there's that. And then we get the first 2 chapters, so we see Jude and Vivi and Oak in the mortal world, and we see Oak just playing on the playground, but also like using his fairy powers on other kids, which is not cool, but it's pretty funny. And then we see Vivi is just obsessed with Heather, and I'm like, Vivi, like, help your sister out. Jude is over here, Queen of Fairy, exiled to the mortal world, and you're just over here like, Heather, my girlfriend, like, please come back to me. Like, no, you are a fairy, you're a part fairy, you need to like deal with it. Like, you are a fairy and you can't do anything about it, so help your sister out. Your family is crumbling. Oak is over here being mean. You don't care. You're not taking care of business, Vivi. Vivi's not helpful. That's what I'm getting for Queen of Nothing. I don't know. She just wasn't helpful so far. We get the whole thing with Grima Mog in chapter 2, pretty much, when Jude is sent on a mission to find this old lady. I don't know. I kind of forgot. It's been a while. And she meets Grima Mog, and Grima Mog basically tells her, like, if you fight me and you draw blood, then I will give you some information on what you want to know. And from that we find out that Cardan is to be dethroned by the next full moon or something like that. So I see that as our first like call to action to see like if Cardan gets dethroned. If he does, and he's gone to the mortal world, then I'm excited to see that, but I don't know if that's what's going to happen. And then Grandma Maud kept saying things about little goat. She kept calling Jude a little goat. And then there's like one sentence where she says something about another little goat. And to me, I am like fully supporting that she is talking about Taryn. That since she was calling Jude a little goat and she is saying there's another little goat, she was talking about Taryn. And I think Taryn is totally going to be like on Maddox's side, on the wrong side, against Jude, fighting against Jude, and not wanting to help her sister. And I don't necessarily think that's how it's going to be throughout the whole book. I think maybe Taryn will have a change of heart and become good. Maybe to the end, whatever. But for now, I think Taryn is definitely plotting against Jude, and that's all we've seen from her character. So if it is just off the bat, she's fully on Jude's side without a premise for it, then I think that's going to be out of character, and I don't think Holly Black would do that. So I do think that Taryn is this other little goat, and I think she is evil and bad and not going to be helping Jude. I liked how Grandma Maud was saying, talking about Cardan to Jude, and was saying, "You're king," and I'm like, yes, that's her king. She is queen, yes. Also, I don't understand how nobody like will realize that Jude wasn't lying, that she is queen, but I don't know. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get into a few theories. So there's one of these theories that I saw on Twitter, I think, and so it's not mine, but I saw it and I was like, I support this. And it basically said that the cover of Queen of Nothing, I'll put it right here, is like ice and stuff because Cardan was so pissed off at the Queen of the Undersea that he froze the Undersea out of his anger and out of revenge for Jude for them wanting to kill her and stuff. And I'm like, I support that. I think that is totally something Cardan would do because I think that he does love her, okay? I don't care what anybody says. There is nothing that we have gotten so far in like anticipation for the book that has said that Cardan is cruel and revengeful and doesn't like Jude. Like, there is nothing. And I just think that he loves her and he sent her away in exile to protect her. That is like my number one theory. Cardan sent Jude away to protect her from the Undersea, from any forces that he knows, from Maddox even. And I think he did it for her own good and for his own good also. But from what we've seen is like he's always been the prince to have been falsely accused of things. And yes, he's been cruel, but it's because he was made to be that way. So I think that we've seen that, and then we've seen that he does love Jude. And at the end of Wicked King, we saw him opening up. And I like to think that that wasn't just like trying to mess with her and trying to get out of the geese that he was under. But I don't know. See, I go back and forth so much because I'm like, I don't know. Because the second theory is that he's bad and he like literally has planned all of this and deceived Jude just so that he can be king. But then he didn't want to be king. See, I don't know. I don't understand how that would work. So another theory that I have is that Jude is going to obviously find her way back to Elfhame, and she is going to bring all of her strength with it, in that her and Cardan are basically going to have to team up to defeat any and all of their enemies, and that they are going to do it with the help of the only few like allies that they have. And I think that they are going to prevail and they're going to win, and they are going to be endgame is what I also think. I really do believe that they are in love, and if I am wrong, like if by the end of the book they are not like in love, like Cardan doesn't love her, because we know Jude loves him. If he doesn't love her, then I don't know, like y'all can literally like roast me honestly if I'm wrong, because I just don't think I'm wrong. Like, I'm usually not wrong, but if I am, like, y'all can all like roast me and I won't even say anything, okay? That's how confident I am. I don't know. The theory that I have is that we are going to see Cardan in the mortal world, and why else would he go to the mortal world than to see Jude, than to talk to Jude? Like, why else? There's no reason, there's nothing like in the mortal world for Cardan to be doing. So I think we're gonna see him there, and we are gonna see him with Jude, and he's like can't stand being away from her. I don't know. That's just, I don't know. That's what I think. So I saw somewhere that Locke was dead. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw that. And I don't know if that is just common knowledge. So don't take this as like canon, because maybe he's not dead. But I just feel like that was released to the public and to the masses that Locke was dead. That Taryn had showed up on the doorstep and was like, Locke is dead. Somebody tell me if I'm right, if you've heard that too, because I swear I've heard that somewhere. I'm just too lazy to go look, but I swear I've heard that somewhere. If he's dead and Taryn has come to pull Jude to Elfhame and say that she needs her help, which I think is like a deploy to get Jude in a trap, I don't think Locke would really be dead. I think Taryn would be luring her to Elfhame. But then, on the other hand, the other theory would be that Taryn really does need Jude's help, and that since she had to kill Locke, there's this whole thing, and that's what's going to turn Taryn to the good side. So another theory that I have is that we are going to get a Cardan POV, which I'm pretty sure that Holly Black said we are. Don't quote me on that. I think we're getting a Cardan POV though. And once we get just one POV from Cardan, if he thinks about Jude or talks of Jude at all, we are going to be able to tell. And I think that is definitely why we have never had a Cardan POV. It's because anything that he thinks or says or does in his POV, we would know his motive, and we would know if he's doing it out of love or hate for Jude. So I definitely think once we get that first Cardan POV, we are going to know, and we are going to be relieved, or we're going to be pissed, or whatever, but we are gonna know some things. We are gonna find out the tea, and it is going to be great. So a last theory that I have is kind of crazy, but like, don't quote me on this at all, but I kind of think Vivi could be a bad guy, a bad girl. I don't know, she could be on the bad side, because there was that whole thing where she gave Cardan a present, and I'm like, what's the deal there? Like, what do you know about Cardan that you're not sharing? Why are you just obsessed with Heather, not helping anybody? Like, whose side are you really on? Like, are you going to be easily swayed to be on either side? Are you, like, just trying to be a distraction to Jude so that she can't think of being queen and her duties as queen, and that she should return, and that it's so easy that she could just, you know, be pardoned by the crown, as it was said, but she is the crown, so how does she not know that? I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of have weird vibes from Vivi, and I just really want to know what the present was that she gave Cardan, because I think I can draw more from that once I know. But I'm sus of Vivi. Vivi is sus. She is being sus. Also, Oak said he doesn't want the crown. That is a problem. If he doesn't want the crown and Cardan doesn't want the crown, who's gonna get the crown? It's gonna be a mess. Also, my final theory is that I think the crown is just gonna be destroyed. There's gonna be no more kingdom ship of Elfhame. It is gonna be gone. I think they're gonna break the crown, and a new kind of force is going to have to rise, and that's gonna be Jude and Cardan maybe rolling together forever. That would honestly be iconic. Amazing. Also, if Cardan is over there having, like, mistresses and stuff while Jude is in the mortal world, I am actually going to kill him, because that's messed up. Okay, I'm going to stop now. These are just so random, such random theories that I had, but I hope you like them. Let me know down below if you have any other theories that I didn't touch upon, if you have anything that you think is going to happen in the book. Let me know. If you don't agree with any of these, let me know why. But that's all I have for you today. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you like this video down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!